Well, Diana, much of the testimony for the last week has been about Kwame Kilpatrick's time in Lansing, but now we're starting to transition to some testimony about those infamous text messages. The Kilpatrick corruption trial started today with Judge Nancy Edmonds excusing a juror. The young woman had repeatedly been falling asleep during testimony, and the judge decided to replace her with one of the 6 alternates. The new juror number 4 is a retired Marine.
I think that what the judge said is correct. I mean, there was some particular circumstances there that she had to address, and it made it difficult for her. So.
Attorney John Shea says the juror fatigue does not seem to be a problem with the others, and they seem to be wide awake as sparks flew in the courtroom between Kilpatrick attorney Jim Thomas and Assistant U.S. Attorney Eric Doa this morning. The judge had to step in at one point, saying everyone ratchet down, no editorial comments. Doa was questioning former State Budget Office Legislative Liaison Kelly Bartlett about state grants that Kwame Kilpatrick wanted for 2 nonprofits back in 2000, Bobby Ferguson's Detroit 3D and the Vanguard Community Development Corporation. Both nonprofits gave part of the state money to Carlita Kilpatrick's company called Unite. The government alleges Kilpatrick and Ferguson committed fraud with the grants, but their lawyers deny that. Did you think they were doing the wrong thing with the money? Bartlett wasn't commenting outside of court, but inside he told the jury that he became concerned that some of the grant money may have been used for Kilpatrick's mayoral campaign. Bartlett also described what he called a startling phone call, where he felt like Kilpatrick was scolding him after the state started demanding more documentation for how the grant money was being spent. What did you think about Mr. Bartlett's testimony about your phone call to him? Thomas got Bartlett to admit he never found any proof of the grant money ending up in the campaign funds, and that the state did not require that contractors hired with the grant money be disclosed. Next to take the stand was Stefan Oshinsky, who was once the chief architect of SkyTel's paging system. Oshinsky testified about how City of Detroit text messages were saved on their servers, and that he had to give the FBI texts between Christine Beatty, Derek Miller, Bernard Kilpatrick, Kwame Kilpatrick, and Bobby Ferguson. Kilpatrick lawyer Michael Naughton pressed Oshinsky on how data was retrieved, and it seems clear the defense will be challenging the accuracy of the text messages that are soon to be admitted into evidence. Now, Michael Naughton, who did that cross-examination with the former SkyTel employee, is a big-time computer whiz himself, and he got very, very technical with that witness on the stand about how the texts were saved, how those text conversations were reproduced for the FBI subpoenas. We know from opening statements that some of these text messages are potentially very damaging, but do not expect the defense to just take this without a fight. They're going to try to chip away at credibility with every chance they get. Reporting live at the federal courthouse in downtown Detroit, I'm Heather Catallo, 7 Action News.